What does it actually mean to make it in paintball media? Because if you scroll on Instagram or YouTube, it looks pretty clear. The events are massive. The brands that you work with are legendary. You get to capture the best players in the world. But I want to talk honestly here today, not about what it looks like, but what about it actually feels like? And more importantly, whether making it is even the right goal to be chasing in the first place. So if you've ever had a dream of making it as a creator, this is the episode for you. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. If you're new here, my name is Shellda, and I have spent the last 4 years building one of the biggest media brands in paintball. In today's episode, we're gonna dive deep into paintball media. You see, when I first got into paintball media, I thought making it meant a few things: being known, being invited, being sponsored, being on the pro field with some of the biggest and best teams in the world. And I won't lie, those things do feel good when they happen. The recognition matters, the access to the pro field matters, all the opportunities that came with it matters. But none of these things guarantee stability. None of them guarantee fulfillment. And really, none of them guaranteed longevity. That's the part that no one really talks about. You see, this all started about 4 years ago when I flew out to California to go to Capital Edge Paintball, and I had dinner with Junior and Gina Brown of BFPGear. We had a really incredible conversation about media, and they said something that stuck with me to this day. They said, every 2 or 3 years, they're working with somebody new. And that new person always says, I'm in it for the long haul and I won't get burnt out. For some reason, that conversation has stuck with me ever since. And I think about it every so often. Here's the real truth. Visibility is not the same thing as sustainability. You see, you can be everywhere. You can be seen all over the world, all over YouTube, all over the paintball scene. But you can still be exhausted. You can still be anxious and still be wondering if all of this disappears or if it all goes away when you hit the next milestone or the next goal. You see, the one thing with paintball media is the pro field is never guaranteed. So the thing that people put at the top of the list of making it to the top of the mountain, being on the pro field, once you get there, it's never a guarantee. Pro field access goes event by event basis. So that means you need to consistently be building your brand, building your resume, and always be creating the best possible paintball media that you can if you want that small chance of having access to the pro field. So you can be known in paintball media like I am and still not even know what the next event or the next year looks like for you. And you can look like you've made it while quietly questioning if it's honestly really worth it. That doesn't mean you failed. It means the definition was wrong. Your initial why was wrong. I've had so many moments where on paper, it looks like I've made it. I've been on top of the world. I've been on top of the paintball media space. I've won back-to-back Paintball Photographer of the Year awards. I've written magazine articles. My work has been published in different magazines. My work has been featured all over paintball. I've even published books and I've had personal sponsorships. Those are all opportunities that I never would have even imagined when I first started this 4 years ago. And yet, those moments didn't just magically make me confident. They didn't eliminate the self-doubt, they didn't eliminate all of the imposter syndrome, and they didn't subtly make everything feel secure. What they did do, though, was force me to ask a harder question. Does this mean I'm making it? Why do I still feel like something's off? I've won all these things, I've done everything, why does it still feel like it's off? So here's what I've learned. Making it isn't about being seen everywhere all over the world. It's about being aligned with who you are and what your core is. It's not about who knows your name, but rather it's about whether the work that you do still feels honest to your core. It's not about all the logos that you put on your media jersey. It's about whether the relationships actually mean something to you with the brands that you're working with. It's not about chasing every single opportunity that comes your way. It's about choosing the opportunities that don't take away from who you are as a creator. And what I've learned is that takes time. That shift, that takes a lot of time. It could be multiple seasons before that happens. And usually that happens right after a spout of burnout. So if you're early on in your paintball media days as a photographer, a videographer, maybe you're writing, maybe you want to start a podcast, maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. Whatever it is, here's what I wish somebody told me sooner when I first started. Don't rush the visibility at the expense of building the foundation of whatever type of creator that you are. Having that strong foundation is going to take you years past the rush of that initial visibility. Things that I have to constantly tell myself, don't chase the validation. It's so hard not to do that, but I can promise you if you don't chase that validation, it's going to pay off in the long run. And third, don't confuse having access to the pro field with making it seem like you actually made it and you're at the top of the mountain. When you make it to that pro field, that's really just the start of another mountain. And speaking of the pro field, you don't need to be on the pro field to matter. Just because you're not a pro field photographer doesn't mean you're not a great creator. The most important thing that I've learned, and the most important thing that I tell every creator that comes to me for advice, you need to be consistent. That's the gold. You hear it all over. You hear it in the fitness space, you hear it in the creator space. When you talk to any large YouTuber or any large creator, whatever it is, the one thing they always come back to is consistency. And that's something that I've learned over the 4 years of being in the media space is consistency wins every single time. At this point in my career, I can say I am the most consistent paintball media photographer in the world. There hasn't a day that has gone by in the last 4 years where I've never missed a day posting at least one piece of paintball content. And even with that much consistency, I still wrestle with it. I still catch myself comparing myself and my work to other photographers out there. And when that happened, that's where all of the bad conversations and the insecurity and the self-talk starts to come into play. I still wonder if I'm doing enough, and I still feel the pull to prove something to somebody. But more recently, I've done a lot of reflecting, and now I'm starting to ask myself a different question, a better question. Does this version of success let me keep going? Because making it doesn't mean burnout at your peak. It means building something that still feels worth of protecting. So if you are chasing making it right now, like I did when I first started, I'm not here to tell you stop doing that. Go after that if that's what you truly feel in your core is important. I'm just asking that you define it carefully. Take a few extra minutes and really understand the why. Because the loudest versions of success, they aren't always the ones that last. They aren't always sustainable. And sometimes the real win is wanting to show up tomorrow like it's day one all over again. Thanks for dropping by. If you're a creator, let me know what type of content you create down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.